got tweakers will play on some grass and dirt, but turn down the volume on Dick and Bird. Fuck Dick and Bird! Fuck Dick and Bird! St. Paul admitting the law and life, and hitting rock bottom, drugs in the ex-wife. Fuck Dick and Bird! Fuck Dick and Bird! Fuck Dick and Bird! Fuck Dick and Bird! Fuck shit.
Hello and welcome to this thing we call Minnesota Foul Play-by-Play. I'm your host, Anthony Variano, and I'm joined today by one of my favorites, Mr. Michael Haas, Esquire. Michael, how's your golf game coming around?
It's a slow progress, but it's getting better.
Yeah, I played today, and it was beautiful. I was 75, no wind. It was too nice not to golf. And I only hit like two. I didn't hit one terrible shot, not one, and I hit one terrific shot.
I think if I would just give up on my driver and just hit a fucking fairway wood the whole day, I'd be better.
You gotta play the par threes, man. You know, I only hit my driver once today, and it was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. But you're right.
I play a real golf course, you know.
I know.
Actually, I won't knock Glendives for around here. It's not a bad course.
Oh man, it really just got on my nerves. I mean, there's not a lot of rough out there, but no, I enjoy the par three out here, 3 Worth, just down the street. I walked on, didn't pay a dime. Just joined a party of 3, and it was like, all right, let's get her done. Beauty.
Yeah, they kind of encourage that with that setup out there.
Really do, yeah. So, anyways, I don't suppose you watched Dynamite last night.
I did not catch Dynamite last night.
Oh, Michael. Oh, what are you doing with your life, man?
I was watching the Twins.
Okay, well, we'll get to the Twins, but first, we got to get to the Gene Team. The AEW International Champion Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin, spoiler alert, made its triumphant return with a win over Limitless Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland in the AEW Tag Team Championship Eliminator Tournament. I love that team. I think they can win the tag team titles. Buddy Shoop got in touch with me. He's like, it's going to take 3 Darbys to take down Keith Lee. I said 4. It ended up being closer to 3.5. Swerve did as much damage to his partner as he did his 2 opponents, which is just perfect Swerve. God, that guy executes everything so well. I'm so excited to see him take on Nick Wright. 18-year-old Nick Wright out of Washington. A couple of Washingtonians actually taking it to the ring. And I think Nick Wright couldn't have pulled a better person to work with. He's going to make him look so good. Swerve is.
Do they still get the belts when they win, when they're the best?
They do. Yeah. And actually, Shub and I also talked about that, like how life is good, even though, like, obviously, I just broke up with my girlfriend, but all of my favorite peeps have belts. Chris Statlander, Orange Cassidy, it's a good time to be alive and an AEW fan. So I think the Gene Team could be the next tag team champions, which is just another belt that Orange will have to put in his JanSport backpack. But speaking of champions that I love to hate, MJF and Adam Cole, are they really bonding? Do they want to be tag champs? I don't know, but I don't care because it's fucking awesome. It's the funniest I've seen MJF since he did the song and dance number with Jericho that got like the award from the New York Times as the funniest segment of television made that year. And this is what I want. I would rather laugh at MJF than actually hate him. I actually think he's fantastic. I think he might be the best of all time. Like I think of him like I think of Ric Flair. And this is somebody who lives in Minneapolis who loves Ric Flair.
That's fucking blasphemy.
I don't think it's that early to say that. I think he's that good on the mic already. He's that good technically as a wrestler. He could be better at making others look better, but that's going to come. And
Rick, I got your back, Rick. Woo! Woo!
Spoiler alert, a double clothesline wasn't necessary as Cole lowered the boom and advanced the bromance in the tournament, which is great because, they're assured to run into the Gene team, Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin. Oh, God. This probably doesn't need a spoiler alert, but the Outcast stole another one for Ruby Soho in the Owen Hart Foundation Women's Tournament. We're not doing anything, Saraya screamed at one point. Then they did everything to Dr. Britt Baker. And Dr. Britt Baker, the reigning champion of that tournament, lost to Ruby Soho. In the main event, Canadian wrestling god Kenny Omega returned to singles action in front of another crazed Canadian crowd. I'm telling you, we've got to go to a show in Regina. I mean, holy cow, these crowds are fucking awesome. They're so deprived of entertainment options up there in Canada. Yeah. I mean, it's the same for the Midwest. Like, if we went to a show in Iowa, we'd have so much fun. Doesn't even matter if you like wrestling. Those guys are just like into it because, hey, it's something. We got something to do on a Saturday. Doesn't even matter what day. It could be a Wednesday or a Thursday or a Friday. It doesn't matter. They're going to be.
Give me some loonies and toonies. Give me some loonies and toonies, and I'll go.
I could probably arrange that. No one takes and delivers shots quite like the Omega Man. I gotta say, after the pay-per-view against Will Ospreay, I did not expect him to take the shots that he was taking from Wheeler Yuta. But spoiler alert, he defeated the plucky Wheeler Yuta, only to get a beating from the BCC afterward before some relief from the Elite. On July 19th, the feud will be settled. Blood and guts! Mike, are you familiar with blood and guts matches?
I do. I don't know, but no, I assume there's blood out there in the match.
Well, eventually there's got to be, because there's 10 men, 2 rings, side by side, inside a steel cage, and anything goes. Huh!
I don't know. I saw a promo for some wrestling event where they climb a ladder and try to get a thing of cash.
Ladder match. Yeah.
Yeah. That looks dangerous, man. It looks too dangerous.
This is more dangerous. This is crazy. This is just crazy talk. I think the last time that these guys did this, Kenny Omega, or you get pinned on the top of the cage generally because it's falls count anywhere. Huh. It's just fucking people climbing up fences and killing each other. Oh God, it's great television. This is sport. I mean, I wish the Twins did shit like this. They're so boring in relative to professional wrestling. It's not even funny.
So you're trying to tell me watching the Twins get 4 or 5 hits a game is a lot more boring than fucking watching.
God, 2 hours of wrestling over. I mean, if the Twins even could fit a game in 2 hours, it wouldn't be as entertaining as professional wrestling. It just wouldn't. It's just not. Even though I know the outcome, like, it doesn't matter. It's just that much better. It's better than everything. It's better than football. I don't care what anybody says. People think football is fantastic. They get all into it because of fantasy, all this shit. No, professional wrestling.
Better than playoff hockey.
Oof. That's the close one. That's rough because I'll watch teams I don't give a shit about play each other in playoff hockey. But you know what? If like Orange Cassidy isn't part of the program, or Kenny Omega ain't there, or if it's WWE, I just won't watch it. So it might not be playoff hockey. Might not be. But we're here to talk about how the Twins actually are like, okay, they're starting to hit now. They've always been great pitching-wise. Let's see. Their pitching staff ranks first in ERA, WHIP, opponent batting average, and strikeouts. Damn, that's
God. Did you see fucking Lopez? Or did you read about Lopez last night?
I did read about it. Yes, he
struck out
12 in a complete game shutout of, again, the Kansas City Royals.
Yeah,
against whom they are 9-1, and against everyone else they are 36-41. So they've been beating the teams they got to beat. And
they haven't beat the teams they need to beat all the time. Like this made me happy where we've lost to some garbage teams.
Right.
And we've played pretty decent against the good teams, even though the Braves just fucking owned us. I mean,
the Braves are going to own everyone. And I'm pretty sure they're cheating. I've got information. There's someone in center field at Atlanta home games screaming every time there's a breaking ball thrown in the first inning that's why the Atlanta Braves score so many runs in the first inning. Like those games are over in the first inning because they got somebody pitching, tipping them pitches. And I don't know. That's probably gonna. They got the best lineup in baseball. It doesn't matter what they know.
1 through 9. When you can bat Michael Harris like 8th or 9th,
right?
Fuck.
It don't matter. I told that to my dad today. Hey, shout out to my dad. It's his birthday. Fuck yeah, Dad.
Happy birthday, Rock.
For you. You're the man. Thanks for making my life happen. It's been a pretty good one, I gotta say. All right, so they've been beating the Royals, but they got a starting rotation, and actually, well, I don't know if I can say this about the bullpen, but despite the bullpen, you can include those numbers in the pitching staff entirely. They're still the best pitching staff in baseball, which is saying a lot.
No, which is our starting rotation fucking phenomenal. Like
right.
I've never, maybe I was too young when I was little. I've never seen a twin starting rotation this good.
Johan Santana, Francisco Liriano. That year, I thought we would beat anybody in a playoff series. And of course, Francisco got hurt, and that ended that. But that was the strongest pitching staff I've seen in this.
I mean, we got
history.
In the way Bailey Ober's pitching, like 1 through 4 are just fucking.
Joe Ryan. The Joe Ryan experience. Holy cow. Thank you, Nelson Cruz. That's so
even when Pablo or freaking Joe Ryan, he hasn't struggled much. Ryan struggled in one game. But Sonny Gray has impressed me so much. He has struggled in
the lone all-star for the Twins.
But he battles. I mean, we're not gonna.
Oh, I can hear him on the radio, Mike. He grunts so hard. He's like a goddamn tennis player. I love him. He's my favorite player on the team because of that grunt. God, he works so hard on the mound.
No, and when we talk about the front office, I want to talk about him more because I just want to get your thoughts on. I mean, we should be doing what the fucking Reds are doing in that garbage fucking division. We should be 10 games over 500 as opposed to fucking. I guess we're 2 over now, thank God. But
it's not like we've got it's not like we've got a tough schedule by any means, right?
Yeah. I heard from somebody for the second half of the season, which we already started. We've got, I think, one of the top 3 easiest schedules in baseball.
Oh, they should clean up then.
I would fucking hope so. But
I mean, they still haven't figured out really how to hit. I just went and looked at the last 5 games. They started batting Carlos Correa at leadoff, which I kind of like. I mean,
good move.
He's your best hitter. You might as well get somebody out there who's, going to be able to come back and say, hey, maybe look out for this then or whatever, Well,
no, in his last probably fucking 7 to 10 games, like when you watch his at-bats, he's going deep. Even the at-bats he gets an out, he's seeing a lot of pitches, fouling a lot of shit off. Like, that's what you want out of a leadoff guy.
Right.
And he's been hitting all over the field. So
I did do the math on his season. He's only taken 4 pitches in at bat or plate appearance. So, I mean, it's not like that's his history, but I think maybe
I'm
taking a different approach.
The last week and a half.
Right.
Week and a half.
He's definitely got to be taking a different approach, batting leadoff. And I think it's probably working out for him because what is he? He's 7 for 20 in those games with 2 walks, 3 runs scored, and RBI. I mean, you'll take that. And 7 for 20? Shit, yeah.
No, and he's had some huge 2-stripe freaking hits. Like I'm happy with.
And the people behind him are hitting better too. Like Buxton's 5 for 16, Kepler 6 for 16. Kepler's been the big surprise where we thought he's done. Just move him.
He is. Well, this is that's what I would like when we talk about the front office, like people like Kepler, fucking Sonny Gray, where it's like, do we really think we can do anything in the playoffs this year? Even though we finally have a pitching rotation.
Oh, I think they can.
That we should do something with, but there's some player. Whatever. You're getting right into it anyway. Talk about the Reds, and then we can get into the fucking front office and the brain trust.
The darker side of the general manager's moves in the last couple of years. Spencer Steer, my guy, the guy I said don't trade this guy, has a 130 OPS plus and has contributed to more than 2 wins this season already. Tyler Mahle's career as a Twin is likely over, having contributed to a half a win over this year and last. So that didn't work out great. Guinea Cano, who we shipped over to Baltimore, has also contributed 2.1 wins this season and might be the best closer alive. So we gave up the best closer alive for Jorge Lopez, who just came off the injured list for mental health reasons, having contributed -0.2 WAR since he's come over. Oh, yeah. And Luis Arias leads MLB in on-base percentage, average, has an OPS plus of 150, and is leading the Marlins to their best start since they won the World Series in 1997. So those are the last few moves that the front office has made. We call them Falvine, Derek Falvey, and Thad Levine. Is it time to fire these fools? My vote has been yes for a year or more.
I'm definitely on the yes camp because I rag on Rocco a lot.
Yeah, well, that's a guy who's got to go, right? Like, that's the first person who goes before the general manager and assistant general manager most of the time anyways.
No, I rag on Rocco a lot, but I mean, with the 26-man roster, he doesn't have control over who's fucking coming and going. Like, they give him players, he's got to do with what he's got. And I'm going to say the brain trust fucking ties his hands quite a bit. Like, this year, it's neat to see Buxton start hitting again. However, that Rocco's hands are really tied when you've got one of the most athletically gifted players stuck as a DH. He's not a fucking DH.
Yeah.
Like, it fucks up his lineup. You got that piece of shit Pagan fucking just lingering out there where it's like he has to use him sometimes. I mean, I fucking hate the times he does use him, but you do have to give Arms a night off. And that fucking guy comes in any high leverage situation and
game over.
It's fucking game over. You might as well just fucking walk off the field. And I'm getting sick and tired of arguing with other Twins fans about, but if you look at his total numbers, if you got a fucking 8-run lead and you come in, your numbers are going to be fucking great.
Yeah.
Because nobody's fucking trying anymore. Yeah. So I do think it's time to move on from the fucking brain trust. I mean, I would give him credit. You list that Molly trade, fucking, it does make me cringe.
Oof.
A trade like that, though, I mean, if we had 2 healthy years of Molly to add to this rotation, then maybe I feel better, because the Luis Arias one, I'm still watching Pablo Lopez again.
No. And we've got 2 prospects that are one of which has got to turn out pretty great for us.
Both teams won. I mean, I will give the brain trust. I will give the brain trust credit. I think our best fucking pitcher we got when we swapped for fucking Nelson Cruz.
Yeah.
That was a hell of a win for the fucking Twins.
Yeah. I don't think he's our best pitcher. I think they traded Luis Arias for our best pitcher.
Oh, you think Pablo's better?
Oh, yeah.
I think they're fucking both great. The only difference is Joe Ryan's going to be fucking cheap.
Yeah, that is what makes Joe so attractive. Yes,
but
that and his amazing hair and good looks. Yeah, he's an attractive man.
But those are the kind of trades I like. Even though when they don't work out, that's a great trade where you've got a young pitcher who've got years of control.
Yeah,
you want to look at the move we made to get fucking Pagan and what's his face, who's just stuck on the injury list every fucking year. Chris Paddock.
Oh yeah, hasn't played yet.
I don't know. I'd rather take a gamble on somebody ready just at the point of breaking in the big leagues and just be like, fuck, if it works out good, it's going to be fucking awesome. If it doesn't, it's not like we're going to keep cruising around forever.
I'm glad you brought that. I mean, I mentioned it earlier. Nelson Cruz, thank you for Joe Ryan. But that's one where they just absolutely aced it. And you can't talk about the ones that they screwed up without talking about the ones that they absolutely knocked out of the park. And that one.
Like I don't think we rotate people through our system enough. We stick on fucking people, I think, too long. I'm not saying we've got the best fucking pipeline for pitchers or whatever, but there's a couple fucking arms in our minor league system that we should find out if they're decent, as opposed to just cut the ties with Pagan. We're not going to get anything
Woods
for him.
Richardson, I'd like to see him in that spot.
Yep. because
we just signed Dallas Keuchel to a goddamn contract. I think he's starting for the Saints today.
Yeah, the Pagan thing reminds me of the fucking Donaldson days where they swung for something, it didn't work out. Thank God they lucked out that another team fucking took him on. But there again, I guarantee if we didn't find a fucking trade partner dumb enough like the Yankees to take that contract, he'd still be fucking our third baseman. And you want to think we have a bad offense now, it'd even be worse. So that's my biggest thing is our outfield this year, why I fucking hate the brain trust. Because where we're at right now, it's not like we have a huge pipeline for any fucking position. But outfield, we've got two players that where we need to find out now, are they going to be fucking MLB contributors with fucking Larnach and Wallner? Maybe they won't be. Maybe they'll fucking bust. I don't fucking know, but they're at that age where we have to find out. And before the season starts, you've got fucking Kepler and then we go and sign fucking Gallo, where it's just like you're stopping. So I'm hoping before the All-Star break, which he started now, Kepler, hitting the ball better. His fielding has been fucking fun to watch. I'm hoping he goes on a tear and they fucking move him for some prospects.
Whatever they can get just to open the roster spot up, because you've got two guys breaking down the door. Yeah.
And maybe it blows up in their face, and maybe Wallner's never going to turn into anything.
Whatever.
Well, fuck it. You got to find out.
That's right. Yeah. That's my big problem with this team too, is they don't understand the value of an open roster spot.
And you want
Emilio Pagan is another one. Just get rid of that guy. I don't care what you got to pay the man. It's more valuable to have someone in that spot who you can find out has an MLB future.
Yeah, and if you look at the fucking Falvey, Thad Levine years, they came in 2017. We're seeing payrolls that Minnesota Twins fans have never seen.
Never.
We go from 2018 when they take over. I'll give them a break that year. We ended up 78 and 84 because that was their first year. They're learning the fucking team, learning what we got.
Those contracts too.
2019, $124 million. One of the best years in Twins history, 101.61. Even though it's a fucking juice ball year, I still think that is fucking.
And everybody 2020,
2020 shortened season, 36-24, another good year, 145 million, 123 the next year, and then we balloon up to 150 and now 153.
Jesus.
And my thing is they fucking finally this year gave us a fucking bullpen of younger arms in their fucking prime, like Gray or even Lopez coming into his prime, before we would fucking, which the oldest guy we can get for fucking cheap and go in there. But their record with getting more money and them being so fucking smart, I'm not seeing it's just more Twins mediocre baseball, which has been our fucking history. Like just year after year of fucking garbage. We'll have one bust out year.
They did better when they were spending $29 million a year and beating the Oakland Athletics in the ALDS. They were spending less than the A's, and the A's got a goddamn movie made about them.
No, and that's why I'm getting sick of just, you can't be too hard on them. You got to let them do it. It's with the amount of talent we supposedly have.
Right.
This is on the front office, or this is on Rocco. Get your fucking players to play better.
Yeah. Or the hitting coach who they say they're not going to let go, despite them hitting terribly thus far this season.
And the Bucks, I'm just never going to let the Buxton thing go. Like, if you're going to sign him to if this is what we intended to use,
he is physically incapable of playing center field, though. Like that's what they say.
So then I'm sorry, we shouldn't have signed him to a long-term deal.
Well, it wasn't the case when they signed him to that deal. It just happens to be the case now. I mean, you got to understand, like they know that if something goes wrong with Carlos Correa's ankle, they're on the hook for that, right? Because they signed him to that deal. And I still think even if something goes wrong with that ankle, they still got a pretty good deal.
No, I like that deal. I like the Correa deal. It's just, but Correa is playing a premium fucking defensive position like Buxton was.
Would be if he was healthy. But Buxton would if he was playing that position is going to outplay that contract by tons.
Yep. My thing is, sooner or later, I don't give a shit what the doctors or anybody said.
Let's not try and compare Mike Trout to Byron Buxton, but when does Mike Trout become, a bad contract, right? Because he's hurt again. He's been hurt a lot. They haven't won shit.
Difference is Trout is a way better hitter than Buxton will ever dream of being. And he's going to be more consistent as he gets older, just with his fucking body, hitting wise. Now, if we had Mike Trout after he's done playing center field, fucking being our DH, or my thing is, okay, you don't want to be center. I don't care if we waste Buck and left. Put him out in the field somewhere so we can actually have a DH to fucking revolve other players.
If they lose him,
Julian should get more bats.
Win the division, we don't make the playoffs, and we don't get to see that October starting rotation win in October. I think that's their biggest thing is you got to have Buxton in the lineup. You just got to have him there.
But it's why we've witnessed fucking 80 games of almost having Buxton in the lineup all the time, and our offense is fucking garbage.
Well, what do you do with him otherwise? You put him on the IL and call up Matt Wallner, I guess.
I'd either put him on the IL or fucking put him in left and fucking move fucking Kepler or fucking Gallo to play center. And then I open up
no.
spot.
Kepler, first of all, has said that he will not play center anymore. So and Gallo is not capable of playing center. You got Michael A. Taylor, he's a Gold Glover in center field. Why don't we play him in center?
I agree. I'm saying we have so many limitations on what Rocco can do with this fucking team.
Yeah,
I would be so fucking furious.
I didn't even think about that, but yeah, I mean, his hands are tied. But you know what? He could be a little more creative in terms of running the bases, bunting the baseball. I mean, we should be playing small ball. We strike out more than any team in fucking baseball. Over 10 times a game, we strike out.
My thing, if I was
teach
Rocco,
the motherfuckers to bunt.
If I was Rocco and I had Kepler fucking say, nope, I'm not playing center field, I would tell front office, you know what? I put him on the fucking bench then.
Yeah.
I put him on the bench and he can just fucking ride the pine the whole fucking year,
until you
ruin his value, and we'll fucking cut him next year and he can go fucking out to pasture.
Yeah. Except he doesn't have that kind of he's one of the youngest managers in baseball. He's not going to go to the people who are paying his salary and say, hey, you are handcuffing me with this fucking Kepler guy. Get him out of here or what? Or what? I don't work for an MLB team next year. That's what he's facing at this point. If he were to be let go, he would not have a job next year. He's not one of the managers that would be recycled.
Oh, Rocco? Well, no. With his track record, why would he?
No.
I mean, but that's it's my thing is you're in the, I'm sorry, the fucking Central is even worse than the fucking National.
It's the most winnable division I've ever seen in my life.
And we are playing we turned it around against, I like to play against the Orioles. We should beat the fucking Royals. They're worse than the fucking Athletics.
If we pull the Orioles in the playoffs, I like our chances in that series.
Who would we get? We'd be the shittiest team.
We'd be the best. Division. We'd be the worst division winner. So we would get the 2 seed, right? We'd get the second best division team. So it would probably be from the AL West, which I think is going to end up being Seattle, and I like our chances in that series too.
We got to have a shakeup and get our offense going. I mean, last night's game was great. The only thing that sucks is the caveat that we were playing the Royals, where it's like, that's cool when we only get 5 hits. We can put up that many runs, and our pitcher just fucking toes the rope the whole game. Yeah. That's fun to watch. But with this fucking talent and Jesus, the fucking Saints, when I read about them, it's just like, I want that enthusiasm, and I want fucking
I went
Johnny
to the game on Thirsty Thursday, fucking $2 beers, buy one, get one seltzers. Jesus Christ, man. I seldom get that drunk in my life. And by the 6th inning, I think they were up 9-0 already. They hit the ball a ton. Matt Wallner, you saw it, 10-minute warning. You saw the video I posted of his dinger while I was at the game. I mean, that thing was a no-doubter. It was out of the stadium. It was onto the goddamn freeway. Too. I didn't even see that one. I was at the bar watching the Lynx game. And speaking of the 10 morning, we got to get to the Lynx. We got to get to the
Lynx. Will here. Just give the Twins one more minute.
All right,
because that was the Walner before he got sent down. His fucking numbers for 10 straight games, awesome. And then we get Kepler back from the IR, and we send our a guy who's hitting the ball hot down.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, what the fuck are we doing to ourselves? And to end the Twins thing, since we're just getting a little happy because they're playing a little better, fuck God, Royce Lewis is going to miss 6 fucking weeks with his fucking injury.
No, he isn't. Fuck. What?
Yes.
No. They should have traded him. I don't know when they had the chance to.
Last Twins thing is, should we to fucking replenish our fucking farm system at the deadline? Because there's no way Sonny Gray comes back. Him and Rocco do not get along.
What?
Do we trade? I say we trade Sonny Gray.
At the trade deadline this year?
At the deadline.
What are you, crazy? Our All-Star? You're going to trade our All-Star?
I'm going to, because we're going to get something good for him. We have nobody else to fucking get anything good. And I think we've got a pitching rotation that could survive without him.
Well, I mean,
as good as he is.
Okay, well, if it's for Ohtani, I'm in 100%. You can trade whoever you want. I don't care who it is. Buxton, gone. Royce Lewis, gone. Sonny Gray, gone. Jorge Polanco, gone. Max Kepler, gone. Take them all. Take all of our draft picks. If we could trade draft picks, I'd trade all of those too. I mean, I seriously would.
You know how fucking MLB The Show isn't realistic anymore?
Yeah.
I just started another season of fucking the Twins. I do a straight trade for fucking Byron Buxton for fucking Alvarez from the fucking Astros.
Oh, really?
I love it.
Shit.
All right. We got to talk about
we got to talk about the Lynx, man. I mean, I'm a courtside club member, season ticket holder. Saw them play just yesterday, and I got to say, they're not bad enough to draft Paige Bueckers next year. It's unfortunate, I know, but God damn it, they're going to probably make the playoffs, and they might even be the 2 seed out of the West.
I like how you're just supporting it because you've got courtside seats to watch a winning team.
The winning team, yeah. Cheryl Reeve is just too damn good at her job. And Nafisa Collier is also just too damn good at her job.
Bring him to the Twins. The Twins just fucking steal them.
I gotta say,
they're doing more with less.
I've been really impressed with Kayla McBride. She's been the reason why they're on this 4-game win streak. She limited one of the top scorers and assist leaders in the league, Jewel Lloyd of Seattle, to 14 points and 1 assist while scoring 18 on 4 of 9 shooting from the 3-point range. She's been on fire from 3-point range, 13 for 29 from distance in the last 5 games, 44.8%. That's pretty great. I don't care who you are.
Amazing.
And when you can defend someone like Jewel Lloyd, that she's just she's so valued to me. I didn't even know that she had her game scores for the last 5 games are fucking incredible. But of course, none of this happens without Nafisa Collier, the lone all-star for the Lynx. She's been playing like the feet we know and love. She is shooting 48.5% in the last 5 games, averaging 26.6 points per game. This is just news that dropped today. She's launching a new league in Miami with Brianna Stewart, the best women's basketball player in the world. It's called Unrivaled, and it'll operate during the WNBA offseason, likely because of the CBA. I think that was enacted in 2020 of the prioritization clause, which requires players with 3 years of experience to be on time for training camps prior to the season, which would obviously limit their opportunities overseas. The success of Ice Cube's Big 3 League might have something to do with this. They're going to play 3-on-3 and 1-on-1 basketball, which I will absolutely watch. They're going to play 1-on-1 basketball with 6 teams, 30 of the top WNBA players. I mean, that's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm having NES flashbacks to Jordan versus Bird. Yeah. That's what I'm having.
I know. This is what the NBA needs. Is like everybody wanted to see one-on-one action in the NBA. And I
God,
can't
imagine Curry versus Durant, shit like that.
Anything. And we're talking about the 30 best players in the league because they're all going to be 3-year veterans, right? Because they're not going to play overseas. So they're all going to be great, and they're going to be matchups we want to see. God, it would have been great if Diana Taurasi and Sue Bird were still playing in this league, but maybe they'll play in this league because it's an off-season league. That would be effing awesome to see those two play against each other. So, any other thoughts on the Lynx? I mean, it's sad that we're not going to get Paige Bueckers, obviously, but there's nothing we can do about that. The team's too good. Diamond Miller had a couple games offensively where she looked like the player that we drafted in the first round. She's going to be great. The problem is this team doesn't play well in transition, and she's always looking to push the pace. So she ends up with the ball by herself a lot. And there's not much you can do in those situations. Sometimes she can overpower whoever's guarding her, and other times that it ends up in a turnover, but she's going to be just fine. She might not be Boston, who, we just played, and I don't know how the hell they managed to shut her down, but yeah, they managed to make me forget that she was on the floor a lot. And that's saying a lot, is to be able to defend against. She's the only rookie of the month that the WNBA has had all season. She's won the last 2 months. So that's how good she is. She's going to be the rookie of the year. She's the best. She's one of the best post players in the game already. And they managed to, make her, they just made anybody else on Atlanta beat them or Indiana beat them, and they did. So, yeah, they're going to be fine. They're going to probably end up as good as Dallas, who is got the same record as us in the West right now. And Dallas beat us by 5 earlier in the season. I think we can beat them, though. So, Jesus, they might end up getting absolutely embarrassed by Las Vegas in the conference finals. They lost by 30. I was at that game in Las Vegas. It was over before the fourth quarter started. I was out of there by the middle of the third quarter. It was Las Vegas is going to roll. They struggled without Kelsey Plum last night against Dallas. That's not going to happen very often. They still ended up winning by 7 or something. So, yeah, there's nobody beating Vegas. You might as well get your bets in on them now. They could lose one superstar and still be better.
They'll fucking roll through. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's our show. I'd like to thank.
Actually, one last thing before the show ends.
Okay.
It's tied. Oh, like I always do. I always tie everything back to the Twins.
Oh yeah.
But 2 days, 20 hours. We got the MLB fucking draft. Twins got the top 5 pick.
They really got lucky with the top 5 pick.
They moved
and
from 12
it's a 5-player
5.
draft. It's a 5-player draft. Yeah,
exactly.
They can't go wrong. They can't screw it up.
No, there's a huge drop off after fucking Max Clark, and so when I look at fucking Paul Skeens, Dylan Cruz, Wyatt Langford, Walker Jenkins, and Max Clark, fuck it, I don't give a shit. Just give me one of those.
Big bonus.
And I'm fine. Actually, even that. Actually, unless they did something stupid, I did read a lot on fucking Kyle Teal. He's a catcher from Virginia.
I did too. Yeah.
Super fucking athletic.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, if you're gonna reach out of the top 5, that's the only one I want. Just because.
Right. Having a great catcher is a really hard thing to have. Like that guy Rushman for Baltimore is just he's a unicorn.
He's a fucking stud. Baltimore's got so many fucking awesome young studs. When Jackson Holiday gets called up for
1 minute,
I might have to switch to become a fucking Royals fan with him, Gunner, and fucking goddamn Rushman.
I told you, I'm a Rays fan. Actually, I just want to watch whoever Ohtani plays for. Just put a goddamn fucking rec league softball team around that guy and watch him fucking beat the shit out of MLB teams by himself. All right, that's been our show. I'm your host, Anthony Variano. I've been happy to spend time with one of my best friends and attorney, Michael J. Hawes, Esquire. You can catch us at Minnesota Foul Play-by-Play on TikTok, at Minnesota Foul Play-by-Play on YouTube, at GoGonzoJournal.substack.com. And you can find us on iTunes and Spotify as well. Mike,
almost
always
football
a pleasure.
season.
Yeah, football season right around the corner. Here we go, baby. Vikings
All right,
the way.
peace out, Cone.
Love you.